Alright, we can take a look here at the anatomy of the flower. So let's take a look here at what is going to be our first part, which is called the stigma. Now this stigma is what is going to be interacting with the pollen from the pollinators. And once this stigma has been fertilized with the pollen, it will travel down this long chute called the style. And this style will lead to the ovary. Now this ovary contains what is the oval, and this will hold all of the eggs that will be later fertilized with that pollen and be used to make more flowers going forward. Now if we want to talk just in the female parts of our flower, we call this the carpel. So I'll go ahead and write carpel here. Let's say I want to take a look at the male parts now. Alright, so let's take a look here at our male section of the flower. You can see that I've added some structures to our drawing. Now, these long supporting rods, these will be called the filaments. So let's write in filaments. And these filaments are designed to support what are the anther. And this anther will be found on the very top. And if you will notice, the anther houses the pollen. So this is where the pollinators are going to come into play. This is where they like to interact. They like to trade out sweet nectar in return for being rubbed around in this pollen, which they will take to other flowers. Right? Sexual reproduction. Now, if we want to talk just in terms of the male parts of our flower, we can call this the stamen. So we have the stamen. So here are our male parts of our flower. So we do have male and female parts. And lastly, we can look at our bright and beautiful petals. These are going to be important when we want to attract pollinators to our flower. And if, say, there was a weather event, or maybe this is nighttime and we don't want to be bloomed, we can protect our petals with what are called sepals. And these sepals sit at the base here of our flower. Now, today's lab, you guys will have razor blade, tweezers, colored pencils, and a set of instructions. When you guys get back there in pairs, you can grab what is a flower. Now, one word of caution, this X-Acto knife is very sharp. I poked myself earlier, and this is not good. So please be very careful when you're cutting the flower from the stalk. Now, the first drawing is just going to have you interact with the outside of the flower. So without removing any petals, make sure that you examine the outside, record some observations, and use some bright and nice colors on your drawings. Right? So next, the step 2, drawing 2, will have you remove half of the petals. So now this will expose the carpel and the stamen. Right? So the male and female parts of our flower. And the third part here, or maybe I should say 2B, you are going to remove the anthers. So be careful to leave what is the style. I know they can be kind of tricky and they look very similar. So you can see there in my right hand I have a filament and anther. So I have the stamen. Some of you will be able to rub this on your paper and note the color of pollen. Others of you will not be able to, as I bought these from the store. In nature they would be a lot more prominent. In drawing 3, you guys are going to have to use this very sharp X-Acto knife again and cut hot dog style down what is the carpel and expose that ovary. And if you would like to zoom in there, you can see all of the nice eggs just waiting to be fertilized. And I will go ahead and draw that in my third area. Now please be sure to clean up all of your trash and leftover flower parts. Make sure to put the bins exactly how you found them. That makes cleanup so much easier. And once you answer the final questions, you may get your stamp. but not until your station is cleaned. Hey, thanks for watching. Now, if you haven't already, please go like and subscribe so I can continue to make more content.